the function that is anonymous, int is a return, and here what I do, I say return I, and I just increment this I. Remember that this I is a part of outer function counter, and this is the anonymous function, that is the return type of counter, and this return type is returning a function that is anonymous itself, and this anonymous function is also returning an integer, and this value we are incrementing. So when I create this and I try to call it, you see I am just calling it here, and I say count, and I say here counter like this, and here I say fmt println, and I print the count like this here. And remember, this is a function, so I just call it with the help of function because it's an object. So I save it and run it. You see the I value will come 1, and if I call this function 2 or 3 times, and it will increase the value, increment the value 1, 2, 3. Remember 1, 2 and 3, but initially the value of this I is 0, and first time I am calling, then I am having a 1, then 2, then 3, but I think it should display as a 0, 0, 0 or 1, 1, 1 for each time, but it is also having the previous value, it having the previous value also, just like we have the counter type of programs in other languages. So this value I is incrementing by 1 and returning this, and it becoming 1 at the first time, here 1. Now I'm calling it again, then it store the value of previous I, that is 1, and then increment in this 2 and 3. So this type of behavior and this type of things is called closures in Go language. So you see we have formed the closures, and automatically we are achieving a counter. But if I create the object again, if I create one more object, for example, if I create one more example of this, and I say count 1, and here I use count 1 here, and one more time I just call it. So you see it will return the 1 and 2 again. You see 1 and 2 again, because it's a different object, because this one is different object of this function. So that's why it is starting from the 1. But the same object, whenever I call it, form a closure to the variable I. So this type of thing, if you require and you want to form a closures in Go language, then you can use anonymous functions